On the Takagi Marco Ultra M series, it's okay to take the axle out by taking one of the wheels off and pulling it through, as long as the two sides are still on. And you can even take it off as long as they're together, as long as you don't loosen these two Allens and take these off. Because if you do, then you expose the bearings and they can come out. So that shouldn't happen, but apparently it did on this. So one way to get these bearings back in is to find some magnets to attach to the end of your axle, and then put it in place with the magnets there, and then you can place your bearings in there and slowly push your. Once you have your bearings in, then you can put them in there, and the magnet will be holding them in place. But you have to have some small magnets. I just happen to have these small pieces of magnet. They were off of an electric toothbrush attachment. They're small but very strong. So I'm going to put them on the end of this axle. Okay, I've got the magnets on the end. They're not going to attach to here. Okay, so I've got my magnets there, and I'm going to first, well, I'll start with the first row. These are 4mm magnets. Excuse me. These are 4mm bearings. Okay, I think I've got them all the way around. I'm going to slide them in the casing. That's good. Now I'm going to come out the other end. And be careful not to push them past. And I'm going to push my axle more forward with the bearing, with the magnets still on the end, and try to do the same on the next row. Be careful about losing what you've got. Which I lost one. So be sure and now I'll try to get the second row in by pushing my axle with the exposed bearings right below those. Looks like I got them all in. Okay, now we can put our, this is called a stopper block. Put that back on. And tighten our Allen wrench, our Allen screw. That side is in. Now the other side. We'll do the same thing. Pull my axle through, put my magnets on the end. I think I've got them all in, so I'm going to slide it back into the tube slowly, carefully. Okay, looks like we got all 12 in. There's 4 rows of 12. Now this last row. You have to be careful that the magnets don't pull your other bearings back out. Looks like we've got all 12 bearings in there. Push the inner side out and push the axle. Once you've got them all the way in, push those bearings in. Don't let them come out. And put your other stopper on. There's a little nylon washer there. Once you have your stopper in place, turn it over and tighten your Allen. Once you've got them all enclosed, it's okay if you remove the axle because now the bearings are inside. And once you have your axles in, I want to look in and verify that all the bearings are in. Get a light and make sure all your bearings are in, both sides. Put your axle in. Get it back in place. You might have to loosen your Allens a little bit so that at least one side, so they'll line up. Then put your 2 screws back in under the bottom and put it back together.